Was on a call this morning with a friend of mine, and this is a man I've been coaching for uh, almost like a decade now. It's been a long time. Really, really good man, and he's a younger guy, and a lot of what we've been talking about over the years has been career related, but over the years he's been getting himself established and creating some of what he wants in his life, and he's gotten to a place now where he's like ready to start looking for a partner. Ready, he says, I want to find my wife. I want to create that relationship. I want to create that home and that stability in my life. And he's finally gotten to a place where he's ready for that. So recently we've been talking and kind of having these conversations about, so what are you looking for in a partner, and what kind of relationship do you want to have, what are the qualities? And we've been kind of exploring this as he's been getting to know people, and something really awesome has happened recently is he's met somebody, and he's met someone that really, as they're getting to know each other, he's like, I really see a future with this person. I think this is somebody that I could see myself marrying. And they've been having these kinds of conversations, and they've been having these, as we talk about on here, like, consciously every step of the way, creating the relationship they want, talking about what that would be like, and just, really creating something meaningful together. And it's been really exciting to see this unfold for him. But what I want to talk about in this video, and the reason I'm telling you this right now, is because I said something to him on our call this morning. And I thought it was so, I've never said it before, and I thought it was so, such a cool idea. I wanted to make this video before I forgot about it. So what I said, and I'm just paraphrasing, I don't remember word for word, but I said, relationships heal us. And the reason they heal us is because when we create a space in the private part of our life, where, the part that nobody else sees, the part that, most people never even know exists, but in your private home, in your private space in your life, when you create a relationship in that space where you are fully accepted for who you are, so that in your private space in your life, you are completely and fully loved and accepted and appreciated for who you are. When you create that, that heals all of the years of teaching and being told that you're not enough, or you've got to be this for that, or you've got to do this to impress this person, or you've got to do this and put on this act to get this person to like you or perform, or all this stuff that we do to try to get love and get affection and get recognition and appreciation from people. A relationship, a secure, loving relationship, heals all of that in such a deep way. And in this video, I want to talk about why find love. I really want to address that question. Why find love? Why is it important to find love in your lifetime? And I'm going to share some thoughts with that, so I hope you enjoy this. So I remember before I met Fatima, and this is many years ago, but before I met Fatima, I was in this relationship, and this is just, I've had many relationships like this, but this is just one that stands out to me. And it wasn't a relationship, it was a situationship, right? And we know what situationships are like. But I remember, like, there was this person, and, in so many ways, I was like, wow, she's amazing. Like, I really want to be with her. I really want to be around her and spend time with her and get to know her better. And she would sometimes want to be with me and sometimes not. But the whole thing about this was that I was so concerned with, what does she want me to be? And rather than knowing who I was, clarifying for myself, like, what do I want? Who do I want to be? And how do I want to express myself? And who do I want to be authentically? I was so concerned with, what does she want? What does she want? And, one of the things she wanted was an open relationship. She wanted the ability to be able to have multiple partners, which I wasn't really okay with, but I tried to be okay with it for her. And even that part of it aside, that wasn't even the bigger issue. That I didn't feel great about that, but that wasn't even the biggest issue. The biggest issue was that she wanted to have no accountability. And what I mean by that is that she wanted to, like, she didn't want, like, to have to let me know when I would see her again. She didn't want to have any, like, level of commitment at all in the relationship. She just wanted to be able to call whenever she wanted to. And if she didn't want to, like, and it was just so hard for me because I really liked this person, right? And I was like, I didn't want to control her. I wanted her to have the freedom, and I wanted her to feel free to be able to, if she wanted to see other people, to see other people. And if she wanted to not have to call, she didn't have to call. But at the same time, I remember like desiring the security. Like, I just want to know where I stand with this person, like I just want to know like that I am going to see them again, that they will call, that we will, spend time together. And she wasn't willing to offer me any of that security in this relationship. And I want to be clear, I'm not saying anything negative about her. She was a beautiful person, but it was me who wasn't clear about what I wanted, and that's why I was allowing this. But this went on for about 6 months, this back and forth, and we would have you want to spend the weekend together, and we'd have this amazing weekend together, and it'd be like, oh my God, like I feel like I'm falling in love with this person. And then after that weekend, she just wouldn't call, wouldn't text. If I would call her, it'd be like difficult to get in touch with her. And I remember being there, like sitting there being like, I want to call, I want to reach out, but I can't, because she has made it really clear that she doesn't want to have that kind of relationship. And if I want to have this relationship in my life, I can't be that way, right? So even though I wanted to call and I wanted to reach out and I wanted to spend time, that wasn't okay in this relationship. And I had to kind of pretend that that's not what I wanted. And I had to try to be something that wasn't authentic for me in order to keep this relationship in my life. And it was a big struggle for this 6 months, because I really liked this person. I really wanted to be with them. And at the same time, I couldn't be the way I wanted to be. Because, to be honest, like I just wanted to be able to love someone, and I wanted to be able to share that love openly and be excited about that. And I didn't want to have to hold that back in a relationship. And I'll make the long story short, but we ended it. I think she finally realized that I wanted more than she was willing to offer me. I think she was feeling bad about it. I was definitely feeling bad about it. And we just had a talk one night, and it was like, look, we have love and appreciation for each other, but we want different things, and this isn't working out. And we decided to go our separate ways, and, totally, and it was a healthy thing. And, to this day, we have I wouldn't call it a friendship, but, if we saw each other, we would be happy and we would wish each other well. And it was shortly after that day that we broke it off, that I ended up making the connection with my wife that would ultimately lead to us being in a relationship. And I remember, I shared the story in another video recently, there was this hurricane that came in and canceled all of our plans. And we happened to, be in a common group of people, and we knew each other, and we had both gotten invited to this brunch. And so we both get invited to this brunch, and, it just happened to be one of those things. The hurricane came in, canceled our plans, and we both have this weekend where we have absolutely nothing to do. And we're invited to this brunch, and I saw her walk in, and for some reason, I don't know why, it just came out of my mouth, but I said, Fatima, come sit next to me. And she did, and she came and she sat next to me, and we got to talking. And after brunch, it was like, hey, what are you doing? Do you want to grab a cup of coffee? And we went and got a cup of coffee, and coffee turned into dinner, and dinner turned into, staying up late and talking. And then it got to the point where we spent the whole weekend together. And then at the end of the weekend, she had to go back to New Jersey. And we kind of had this conversation of like, I feel like there's something special here. Do you want to see each other again? Or, is this it? Was this just a weekend and that's it? And we kind of had this conversation where it's like, we're interested. Let's keep talking. Let's see what happens. And I remember that first night when I was at my house, and she lived in New Jersey. We were long distance for 3 years, and she had just gone back to New Jersey. And I was at my house, and we had talked the night before, and we'd said, let's keep talking and see what happens. Let's see where things go. And I remember holding my phone. I was standing in my living room, and I was holding my phone, and I wanted to call. I wanted to call or text or reach out. And I remember thinking to myself that, like, I don't want to seem too much. I don't want to seem like, whatever, you know all the stuff, right? And I just said, you know what, like, if this relationship is going to happen, I want to be able to be excited about it. And I want to be able to, like, just express that and share that. So I'm going to call. And if she has a problem with me calling, then we're not going to have a relationship, and that's okay. And I picked up the phone and I called her, and she answered, and she said, hey, I was just about to call you. And I think that set the tone for our relationship so much, because from the beginning, we had this authentic, openly communicated, openly expressed desire that we wanted to get to know each other. And so it was always safe to call, and it was always safe to connect, and it was always safe to reach out, and it was always safe to be ourselves. And as we've gotten to know each other more and more, we felt like it's more and more safe to be ourselves. And it's more and more safe to let that authentic part of you come out. And we've both shared this with each other, and I'm sure we've shared it in interviews and things too, is that space where we've created the space for each other where it's okay to be yourself has healed so much of our dysfunction that was not only preventing us from having healthy relationships, but was preventing us from being successful in other areas of our lives as well. And it's allowed us to cultivate this feeling of it's okay to be self-expressed. And that's what we teach in our programs. And that's why when you choose to work with us and when you choose to sign up for one of our programs, what we do is we walk you step by step through this process of exploring your authenticity, of exploring your passion, and learning to adjust your dating life and your love life to attract the people who are attracted to your authenticity and your passion. So it's actually a process of how do I become more fully and more completely myself? And how do I access more and more those qualities in my heart that are the things that make me amazing? And how do I put that out in the world in a way where my ideal partner is going to see that and they're going to want to be with me. They're going to want to know more because of that. And that is really I think what sets our process apart from other processes. It's not a system where we try to give you some things that are unnatural for you and tell you to use them to find a relationship, but we're actually do the things that are most natural to you. Allow yourself to access the parts of yourself that you have wanted to your whole life, but you were always afraid that they would be rejected. And get in touch with that and express that and explore your passion and actually use your authenticity and use your passion as a way to create that authentic dream relationship that you're looking for. So I'd love the opportunity to talk to you about this, to share a little bit about this process of authentically attracting your ideal partner. And I would love to know if us working together is something that would make a positive difference in your life. So if you're interested in that, I want you to go ahead, you can go right now, send us a private message or a DM, and we can chat about that. If you're interested, we'll set up an introductory session where you can find out if our process is something that resonates in your heart and is something that you want to move forward with. Thanks so much for watching today's video. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this below. Tell us your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear about that. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Take care.